Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm J Carter Ray, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys the best controller setup for Overwatch. Now, this is my controller setup. This is what I use, and I believe it's the best out there. This controller setup will enable you to stay mobile and shoot at your target while, you know, maintaining accuracy and all that sort of stuff. So let's look at the sensitivities first of all. Now, my sensitivity is the default sensitivity. I haven't really changed these at all. We don't have any inverts on or anything like that. If you really want to play well, then I would say take off vibration, because vibration doesn't help you. If anything, it hinders you. So that would be something that you should deal with. But let's go over to the controls now. Now, this control scheme is based around, you know, jumping and shooting. But whilst you jump, you also have the ability to aim. Now, if you got the default controls, then I believe your jump button is X. And that means that every time you want to jump, you have to take your right thumb off the right thumbstick and move it over to X, unless you're using your left thumb and, you know, moving it over some weird way. I don't know who does that. But that means that you cannot aim while you're shooting, or if you are aiming, it's going to be pretty terrible. So right about here, as you can see, we don't have a crouch button because I have never ever used crouch in Overwatch. And let me know in the comment section if you have, because I believe that this is a useless command. You don't need to bind that to any button whatsoever, because I don't remember any time where I've ever needed to crouch. Like, sometimes I, you know, want to teabag someone and I can't crouch, but, you know, it's not that important. It's not that important. I don't think teabagging is very important at all, so leave it at. Jump is L1. I believe L1 is the best place for it to be, because when you are jumping, you are still free to move both the left analog stick and the right analog stick. Now, if you are familiar with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, there was a control scheme, I think it was like bumper jumper or something like that, where I think the right analog stick would jump for you, and that is cool and that, but really, like, when you're jumping, you don't want to be using the right analog stick, because then you can't really make fine tune aiming decisions and stuff like that. So I believe, you know, having it completely independent from the analogs is way better. So we got an L1. Ability 1 is on R3. Now, I would suggest you change this for certain characters that, you know, their ability is very important in getting them out of tough situations. For example, Reaper's dash, I think, what's it called? What's his Reaper's thing called? Reaper's Wraith form. There you go. Maze ice block, stuff like that, that's, you know, really important for saving you at the last moment. I wouldn't suggest having it on R3s, because the thing with R3 is, when you're moving around and you're trying to shoot at people, it's very easy to accidentally press R3. Like, you won't even realize that you've pressed it in. You won't hear the click or anything like that. It will just go off out of nowhere and you'll be using the ability. And I found that to be really annoying when I was playing as Reaper or May or certain people, where they had such an important ability on R3 that I didn't want that to fuck up my gameplay, basically. So I had to change that ability 1, and instead of having it on R3, I've just changed it to X, like where jump used to be. I've changed that to ability 1. And this will generally work out for most heroes. I've got it on pretty much every hero has R3 on there. The only ones that I've changed is Tracer, what's her name, May, and Reaper. Who else have I changed? I don't think I've changed anyone else, but I haven't played loads with everyone, so yeah. Ability 2 is still R1. Ability 3 is still triangle. That's your ultimate. Primary fire is the same. Secondary fire is the same. Quick melee. Now, I think quick melee used to be R3, on your default controls, I've changed that to circle because I just prefer that. I prefer being able to just, you know, to be honest, I don't know. To be honest, like R3 isn't great for melee because you can accidentally do it, and you know sometimes it just comes out. But quick, like, because I've got R3 on the ability 1, I can't really use it for the melee, and you can't use L3 because that would be silly. So I've got circle for the melee because that's basically the easiest place to get. It's not really easy to get to, but the only other alternatives that would be good would be to have it on one of the trigger buttons, or R1 or L1, and that's just not possible. So we got that on circle. Reload is still the same thing, next weapon is the same thing. Everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Now, if you're using this control scheme, you will be able to jump around with L1 and aim and shoot with the right analog stick and left analog stick, and obviously shoot with R2 and whatnot. And it'll basically keep you alive. Like, I constantly jump when I'm playing, and because we're playing on console, and you know, you don't have that pinpoint accuracy of the keyboard and mouse, it's very hard to really shoot a moving target. So if you're like jumping around all the time, it's going to be very hard to hit you. I can't tell you how many people I've killed with Diva in her non-mech form by just jumping around and shooting and allowing, you know, those projectiles to eventually hit my target. It works wonders, and hopefully you've seen evidence of this gameplay in the background, because currently I'm just talking to the screen, I'm not even playing, but there should be some pretty hot gameplay in the background, hopefully, as I'm going to go play some matches now to make sure that is going on. But I hope this video helped you out. Please hit that like button if you liked. Be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Overwatch tip videos. If you want to check out the rest of my Overwatch tip videos, you can click on the playlist on the screen, and be sure to leave a comment down below. Let me know what kind of tip videos you guys want next. Let me know, you know, your different control schemes and whatnot. If you've got a difference to this control scheme, if you've been trying out, let me know if you like it, let me know if you don't. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
It's been a cold winter and it's lasted far too long, so all this warmth I share with you.